ShawnaKChallengeWorkouts.com, and if you're working to get 5 pull-ups, I've got some tips for you. The first thing that I want to talk about, and I've talked about before, is doing the assisted pull-up. A lot of people think that it's actually the pulling up that's the strength building, but it's actually the lowering portion of the pull-up that builds strength. So that is the eccentric contraction, or the lengthening of the muscle. So whether you can do 1, 10, 50, or 100 pull-ups, every time you do that eccentric or lowering of your body under control, that's the strength building. It's also the muscle, that's where you're gonna get sore, is doing those eccentric contractions. So I'm just gonna give you an example of how that eccentric contraction will look, or how to do the assisted pull-up. So you're gonna be about shoulder width apart. Remember, with a pull-up, it's always an overhand grip, so you're not using the bicep as much. And so if you're not in a gym that has an assisted pull-up machine, you can always jump off a bench, or like in this case, I'm just gonna use this bar. I'm gonna get up any way I can. So I'm not gonna be using my back and bicep muscles to get up. So I'm up, and then the slow lengthening. This is the strength building portion of the pull-up. So to begin with, just start doing the eccentric lengthening contraction. Help yourself up. Now the other tip that I wanted to give you today is you really want to be strengthening the back. So one of my favorite exercises is a dumbbell row. So I've got a 25-pound dumbbell here. You'll decide what works for you, but you'll be surprised at how heavy you can go for this. The back is a very strong muscle. We really want to make sure we maintain good posture and back safety for this. So I'm going to use a bench, and I'm going to put my knee on the bench. I'm going to put my other hand on the bench, and then I'm going to imagine that I've got a cup of tea on my lower back. So I'm not going to let my hips tuck under and tuck my hips forward. I'm going to flatten my back and get my back nice and flat. Grab the dumbbell. So I'm bracing myself with the one hand, and I'm going to do a start the lawnmower type movement with the other hand. So you can see how I'm taking weight and balancing on the opposite side. Obviously I'm going to do either side evenly. And now here's another tip. I'm right-handed, so my right hand tends to be a little bit stronger. So I always start on the left, do my reps, go to my right, and then I'll finish off on my left with a couple extra reps. So if I get 10 on the left, I'll go 10 reps on the right, and then I'll finish up again with maybe 3 or 4 reps on the left. You will always have asymmetrical muscle development, but you can really narrow the gap on that. And so those are my 3 tips on how to get 5 pull-ups. First of all, help yourself, do some assisted pull-ups, work that eccentric contraction, and remember you're going to have some muscle soreness from that. Secondly, do some single dumbbell rows. And thirdly, always work the weak side first and last.